Welcome to the AEW Morning After Collision Post Show. It's your boy ABE from DET.
I am that bald bro from the NYC.
AEW, man, I'm telling you, it's just a solid show. If we missed a post show the night of, we have to do it the next morning. That's how important it is starting to become here on the Holy Podcast. But another great show, entertaining, top to bottom, Collision, Saturday night in the books. How'd you feel about it overall?
Pretty good show overall from start to finish. I understand like maybe the night before or leading up to, the card wasn't filled out, but I think this is what to expect from Collision. Like, it's the pro wrestling show.
Right.
It is all graps from start to finish. A little story here and there, but you know what? Listen, man, ain't nothing wrong with a good fight on a Saturday night. So I like the vibes of Collision and what it stands for, and I ain't got no problem with it.
Yeah, shout out Zay in the chat. What up, though, man? Appreciate you joining us on the post-show morning after. Let's get into the beginning of it, though. Starts off with Jon Moxley defeating AR Fox. I love AR Fox. I really hope someday he gets a storyline that he can sink his teeth into. But AR Fox takes the L. Moxley gets the win, and afterwards calls out Hangman, continuing their feud, rivalry, collision course, so to say, at All In. Your thoughts on the opening match with Moxley getting the win?
Solid opener between Fox and Moxley, and like you said, AR Fox can do no wrong. And like you said, when they give him something meaningful one of these days, whether storyline, feud, whatever, he's gonna take the ball. He's gonna run with it. I mean, he's been on an amazing run the past few months. I mean, more AR Fox on my TV is never a bad thing. But Moxley's just on another level right now, heading towards that main event clash with the Cowboy Hangman Adam Page. Listen, it's going to be a clash of the ages come July 12th in Dallas, Texas. I can't wait. But yeah, Moxley's just too much for Fox right now, and he's on the war path, and I don't think anything's going to stop him before Dallas, Texas. All In.
Not at all. And shout out to P on YouTube saying hello, guys. Thank you for joining us. What up, though? But yeah, that was a damn good opening. And another thing I like about this is I was never the biggest Wheeler Yuta fan, but now he's grown into this menacing little role. His interference in this match, his presence now, you'll see later on coming up what we're going to talk about shortly, just his hands on now with the Death Riders, and not just so much being a lackey, he could be so what do they call it? The heir apparent, so to say, to the Death Riders being the leader,
No, yeah, absolutely. Like he's in that Moxley is like that mentorship role for Yuta right now. He's hoping that Yuta's paying attention to all his actions, the way he moves, the way he talks, the way he acts, that that hopefully he's soaking up all that knowledge like a sponge. So if whether it's the Death Riders continuing or dissolving after All In, be on the lookout for Wheeler Yuta and what he does for the future. Whether it's in the Death Riders or as a solo act, I think Yuta's stock has risen, especially I'd say the past 3 to 4 months.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, I'm with you. I think Yuta's stock is on the rise.
Yep, definitely. Got somebody in the chat saying AR Fox was amazing in Lucha, I'm assuming Underground, especially his feud with the mask wearing Swerve Strickland. Hey, you can do no wrong when you talk about AR Fox. Any match from anywhere, I'm down to take a look at it. Next up, another fun one. We get the 8-man tag. You got FTR, Takeshita, and Kyle Fletcher getting the win over the baby faces. We had what was that? Paradox. What did that? Paragon. Daniel Garcia. This was a fun one. I love FTR, everything they do, pairing them with Kyle Fletcher and Takeshita. That's a dope heel little group. And also, I really like the interaction I was seeing between Kyle Fletcher and Adam Cole. Whenever they lock up for that TNT title, that match is going to be amazing. But your thoughts on this 8-man tag on Collision?
Yeah, fun 8-man tag between all 8 guys involved. I mean, listen, Bandito's been on a tear. Like he tore it up again. I mean, from the incredible 3 to 4 days that he had in Arena Mexico with the CMLL AEW collaboration, then to come over here, on Saturday night Collision. I mean, you think the guy maybe would have taken a night up, but nah, man. He's in there. He's still mixing up, and he's still going at 100%. He's on the roll of a lifetime right now, and like you said, when Cole and Fletcher do go at it for the TNT title, it's going to be a great clash. I feel it'll be a passing of the torch moment, when they do go at it, because I think Fletcher will walk away from that clash with the TNT title, airing the new reign of Fletcher. I mean, this guy, the proto star, the future is bright for this kid. But I mean, awesome 8-man tag. I mean, listen, the freaking heel shenanigans of FTR, mostly like Cash Wheeler on the outside. Like this dude is amazing. Like they're so much better as heels than they are as faces. That's what's best for business. But I love the chaos, like from start to finish, like the action from all guys involved. But yeah, man, great fun 8-man tag. Like AEW seems to knock these out of the park more often than not.
Definitely. And in the chat, Zay saying all in Fletcher, Garcia, Cole, are you for it? Triple threat match for the TNT title.
I think I'd rather prefer a one-on-one with Fletcher v. Cole, because Garcia I think already had his chances. But even if they do a triple threat, like Fletcher is still the guy I think walks away with the belt. I wouldn't hate a triple threat. Yeah, I wouldn't hate a triple threat.
Right.
You know what? I mean, damn, if you want to, listen, it being all in Texas, you want to up it up, you want to go up a notch. I mean, get a few other guys involved, man. How about a damn ladder match for the TNT title? Like,
I take it. Ladder match, TNT title, all in. Bald Bro called it.
I'm trying to think, like, when's the last time AEW had a ladder match? It's been a good minute.
Yeah, it's been a good minute, man.
All in Texas, like, why not?
Yep. And Zay is also saying absolutely Fletcher is winning. Yeah, it's his time.
Yeah, it's time to go.
It's time to take off. Next up, somebody who's already taken off, Swerve Strickland. You know whose house it is every time he comes out. He defeats Shane Taylor, who I think is extremely underrated, and hopefully before his time in, he gets his just due. But nobody's beating Swerve in his house. Solid match. Your thoughts on this one?
Solid match between Taylor and Swerve, but forget the match for a sec. There's a point in the match where freaking where freaking Carly Bravo and Sean Dean pull out money, and like Shane Taylor's on the outside, and Carly is mad at Shane, like, yo, I got money on this match. You see the $100 bills, they spread them out, then he spreads them out in the corner, and you see in the background Nana is looking over like, what's going on? And you see him slowly creeping over. He gets to the corner. He pulls out the stack of cash and whatnot. And then not even that. I don't know who it was. Somebody pulled out the damn bottle of Hennessy in the middle of the middle of the cash pile. Like, yo, who wrote this? Right. Thumbs up to you. And next time, bring enough for the whole crowd. I mean, that's just selfish right there.
Exactly.
But then you think it stops right there. No. Tony Schiavone gets involved and throws his money in the damn pile as well, man. Like, this was fun. This was, I mean, listen, it's always great, the in-ring action for these AEW shows, but the sports entertainment like this, like, you got dudes gambling with the cash, the money, the Hennessy, and get Tony Schiavone involved. Like, I loved it. It was great. It was entertaining, but like you said, Shane Taylor, highly underrated, one of the best talkers, not just in AEW, Ring of Honor, but in the business entirely. Like, that man he's believable in what he says, and he's just that figure. He has that presence with him that when he talks, you listen, you pay attention, you take that man as a credible threat, as he should. But Swerve too much right now. But yeah, just fun from the in-ring action to the outside stuff. We need more of that.
Definitely. Next up, like we were just talking about, AEW, they just have a way with these multi-person matches. You kind of look at them on the card and be like, oh man, I don't want to see this. But once they deliver it, it's entertaining. And that's what this one was, as Willow Nightingale, Hologram, and Mark Briscoe defeat MXM and Valkyrie. This was a solid one. And Baby faces get the win. Willow looks amazing as always. Hologram, the crowd loves him, and Briscoe can do no harm. Your thoughts on this one?
Yeah, I'm right there with you. Like, this was, like you said, it was one of those matches when it was first made. It's like, do we really need this on the card? You know, but nah,
Right.
once the bell rung, once the action got going, like, yeah, this delivered. I mean, listen, and I guess Hologram's a part of the conglomeration now. Like, why not? You know what? The conglomeration is a representation of just the best and biggest melting pot in wrestling. There is no uniformity. There is no everyone in a straight line uniform. Like, everyone talks the same, walks the same, acts the same. No, like, conglomeration is just like, it just looks like the most fun and coolest group to be a part of professional wrestling. Any group that has Mark Briscoe and Willow in, like, please, where's my application to join them too? I'll be in there in a minute. But great fun action. You know, MXM, you know, Matt Mansoor, another guy highly underrated in my opinion. You know, hopefully he gets more time, more shine in the future. And same with Ty Valkyrie as well. You know, like, we need more of her as well in the women's division. I mean, it'll be a great benefit, I believe. But Babyface's take home the win. I mean, Hologram's on an all-time high. He's another one. 3 days down in Arena, Mexico. And remember, at the Grand Slam Mexico show, he won those 4 million pesos. So he's not just, he's winning big. You know, he got all the pesos to spend, man. So I need like a big you know, celebration with him, the conglomeration, like, spread the wealth. But definitely. Yeah, man, good on everyone in the match.
Hologram fans in the chat. Hologram is his guy. But yeah, that was a hell of a thing. And we're speaking about Willow Nightingale, and backstage we saw Chris Statlander watching her, peeping out her old friend, and who's there to creep in her ear, who we were talking about earlier, that underrated stallion, Wheeler Yuta, creeping in her ear, talking that talk like he was last week, trying to lure her in. She pushes him away, but runs right into John Moxley. He picks up her phone, hands it to her, and tells her, be you. Don't let nobody tell you who you are. Inspiring her, possibly sparking an interest to finally join the Death Riders. How do you like Statlander and the Death Riders?
It's very intriguing to say the least. I mean, you know, this was something that I think was missing from the start of the Death Riders storyline. You know, there wasn't a lot of new members or teases of new additions in the early beginning. I think that's what, you know, kind of, you know, what the Death Riders kind of suffered a bit. But now the past few months, you know, with Gabe Kidd entering the fold, and now the tease of Statlander being enticed to join the Death Riders, I think has gotten the Death Riders stock back rising up again. And now, you know, you're planting the seeds of doubt of how Statlander, you know, at first she was trying to get back into Willow's good graces, but now Willow wants no part of that. Now you got the Death Riders just, you know, stirring it up in the back scene, you know, in the scenes in the background, like, you know, putting it into her head, like, she don't need Willow. She'd be fine on her own. And they're not necessarily asking her to join the Death Riders. They're just saying, you know, why do you need Willow? You don't need to re-engage with her. I think you'd be fine on your own. She's getting all the opportunities that, like she said earlier, she, you know, why isn't she wrestling? Why isn't she a part of the bigger picture? So, you know, we'll see how it is the next few weeks leading up to All In, but definitely something to keep an eye on.
Definitely. Next up, you know, it's been a lot of talk about women's professional wrestling, and it's just due. They're doing incredible. Rhea Ripley over on WWE's been killing it. Liv Morgan, unfortunately, is hurt, but she was on a roll. Women have been tearing it down in NXT, AEW, but let's never get it twisted here. There is one lady who has been on top, entertaining you inside the ring, outside of the ring, reinventing herself over and over again, and that is Timeless Toni Storm. And the promo that she cut tonight on Mercedes let everybody in the world know just that. She says, you've been winning these titles from these other companies, from these other wrestlers, but I am no other motherfucker. This is Toni Storm. Timeless, that is. Killed it on the mic. Destroyed it. The lighting, the silhouette, everything. Her presentation, the way she plans it out is absolutely masterful. I do not think Mercedes is taking that title. I am making my pick now. I am running with Timeless Toni Storm. I think she's going to retain. I think it's just needed. A symbolic, dominant female wrestling competitor in professional wrestling. Just why not, man? Just let her keep the title. Let her run with it. Timeless Toni Storm. Hell of a promo. Your thoughts?
I mean, listen, she is the timeless one, and I think you could not think of a better tag or better words to associate with Toni Storm. And I'm right there with you 100%. I think Toni is going to retain at All In. And I think that will, I don't care. I think she's only, 28, 29 years old?
Yeah.
I'll call right now. She beats Mercedes on the biggest stage. Ooh. I think that will cement her as one of the greatest women's wrestlers of all time. She should be
top three hands down.
She should be an automatic on the women's Mount Rushmore of professional wrestling.
Hands down. No questions asked.
And you know what? Like, Mercedes is already there for me. She's already there. Toni will be right there next to her on that Mount Rushmore if Toni does win. I mean, she has been nothing but a damn... She's just been a home run for everything that she's done in the ring, outside the ring, on the mic, personality-wise, character-wise. I mean, heel, face, whatever they have asked her to do, she has taken the ball and run with it. She has spiked that son of a bitch in the end zone through the damn ground. Like, she is perfect in every sense of the way. And I have a feeling that if Mercedes loses at All In, it's going to start a stretch where she is going to lose each one of those titles one by one, which will conclude in the fall, which will conclude with, you could call it the fall of Monet.
Right.
In a sense. Right. She'll lose. And you know what? Just a quick little tangent right here, nice little clip for down the line. For everyone who is complaining about Mercedes Moné winning these 6 belts, but you will say, oh, she is burying all her opponents. She's burying all these promotions and blah, blah. I say this respectfully. I'm asking a general real question. Whether it's Rev Pro, CMLL, or the other promotions, sorry, I can't remember at the top of my head right now. Name the women of those promotions who deserve to hold those belts right now. Give me 3 or 4 women's wrestlers in those promotions right now. Just name them. Because I see the complaints, I see the videos, whether it's TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, whatever. You always say she's burying these promotions, she's burying all the women, blah, blah, blah. But yet not one of you have not mentioned a woman in those promotions who is more deserving to hold that title. You have not listed off any names of CMLL, Rev Pro, New Japan Strong, because you don't give a flying fuck about those promotions. You don't give a fuck about those championship belts. Because if you take a step back and you realize that, why are these promoters putting these belts on Mercedes Moné? Because it's a fucking business. The last title that she won before the CMLL belt, I think it was the Eve women's title, which I think Will Ospreay helps produce out in England. None of you know about that fucking promotion. Majority of you didn't fucking know. You didn't even know that belt exists. You do now. Why? Because of Mercedes Moné. This is what, you know what hate does to you, Abe? Hate will blind you from seeing what's right in front of you. Remember that, kids. Hate will blind you from seeing what's right in front of you. There are morons out here who think that Mercedes has creative control in a handful of promotions over 3 or 4 continents. I just hope, for the sake of wherever you work, what your profession is, that you are not allowed to use sharp objects or power tools with that level of thinking. Your level of hate and disgust with Mercedes is always absent of any logic or clear thinking skills. You just hate the visual of her with the belts. But if you really cared about the entirety of women's professional wrestling, why aren't you promoting any of the other women in set promotions, in CMLL, in Rev Pro, in New Japan Strong? I'm not saying that there's none of you who don't know of those promotions. I'm saying a majority of you who complain about Mercedes and winning all these belts, I never hear you campaigning for, how about in Rev Pro, how about a Lizzie Evo? And have you ever heard Lizzie Evo's name? Do your research. Huh? Right. Do you? How many of you knew about Zeuxis before Mercedes beat her at Grand Slam Mexico? What about the night after, a couple nights after, La Catalina challenged Mercedes for the championship belt? One of the best women's matches this year, by the way. Look up La Catalina. Oh, she's buried now. Bullshit. She signed a 3-year contract after the match with CMLL. Yeah, really fucking buried.
Talk about it.
All these women that Mercedes beat, you didn't know who the fuck, majority of you didn't know who the fuck they were. You don't know these promotions. You don't give a shit about those promotions, those belts. It is just the visual, the success that Mercedes is having all across the world outside of the WWE bubble. It's fucking weird.
You even got comments in the chat agreeing. Wiccan says people just hate Mercedes. They didn't complain about Kenny or Ultimo Dragon, who held, I think, 10 titles at one point. Yeah, he did. I remember that. You remember that. Hey, we'll see. But next up, we get that Don Callis himself come down and officially introduces Okada as a new member of the Don Callis family. They're talking that talk, and out comes Briscoe, who says Kenny Omega still has one friend, and out comes one half of the Golden Lovers. Kota Ibushi comes down, kicks ass, takes names, and we have now a new official segment we like to call the Holy Shh Chant of the Night, and it goes to the moment when Kota and Okada were face to face on Collision. Amazing moment.
Amazing moment indeed. But before they even clashed, like this was an amazing. Don Callis did an amazing callback during his promo before Okada came out. Go back 2 years ago when oh my god, where Takeshita joined the Don Callis family. Remember the promo Don Callis cut right there?
Yep.
He said Takeshita was better than Inoki, better than Omega, better than Tanahashi, better than Okada. Yep. 2 years fast forward now. He cut the same promo with Okada in the ring. He said, better than Inoki, better than Omega, better than Tanahashi. All the Japanese greats, but one name he didn't mention. He didn't mention Takeshita. So I wonder, they've just planted seeds right there of a little dissent within the Don Callis family between Takeshita and Okada. They planted those seeds on it. Like Takeshi's probably looking like, yo, you cut that same promo about me 2 years ago. Now you're doing the same for Okada. So it's like, it's that Toy Story 2 meme, like, you know, the dream of Annie, like, I don't want to play with you no more. And Takeshi's that Woody doll. Right. They just dropped.
And who says that AEW ain't telling stories? Get out of here.
Stories. Come on, man. Like, so say, like, people didn't like. I seen some pushback on Twitter that they didn't like about Okada joining the Don Callis family, but there's a purpose.
There's a purpose
right there.
Purpose to the madness, people. Be patient.
Not just Callis's ties with Omega, but that promo that he cut right there. That Takeshita, if he's paying attention, he's probably looking silent, like, what? Fuck, you said the same shit about me 2 years ago.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and Zaya's right in the chat. Zaya's right. Those who complain, majority of them, they don't watch the product.
They don't watch the product at all. Not one bit, man. Where's he at? Oh, damn. I'm clicking the wrong shit. There we go. Yeah, he's right. They don't watch the product. People just complain. I hear it all the time. I don't like this about Jon Moxley. I don't even watch AEW, though. Then why don't you like it, you idiot?
Literally just contradicting yourself like 2 seconds. Like, I don't like this. I don't watch it. Like, but you know, like doing content on TikTok, like we're seeing this new wave of goofies enter the chat, enter the fray every day. Like, bro, you're just reciting the same script as everyone else. Like, exactly.
Shout out to Arenas Rodriguez saying, hey, what up, though? Thanks for checking in with us on the AEW morning after post show. Let's get to the next match where we get Athena, Tekla, Bane, and Ford get the win over the baby faces. This was an incredible match, but Thunder Rosa goes down. So does Queen Amanada, Anna Jay, and Ty Mello. How do you feel about this one? Entertaining women. Keeping it going, on fire.
Very entertaining match between 8 ladies. I think everyone did their part. I mean, Megan Bain is just still the powerhouse. You know, she's still like she's a problem, whether it's 2-on-1, 3-on-1, 4-on-1. You still can't handle the Mega Sis. And Tekla just continues to impress. I mean, she is just an absolute force and a great signing for the AEW women's roster. But even in defeat, I mean, Aminata still, you know, looks amazing, looks great.
Yep, everybody. Red Velvet, let's throw her in there. She came out for the save.
Yeah, she came out, you know, threw the belt to Athena, you know, got the victory. And I think that's a little bit of maybe a little foreshadowing, a little, you know, to their match with Thunder Rosa and Athena at, you know, Ring of Honor's pay-per-view before All In. You know, let's see if Athena holds that belt afterwards. But here's the thing, that the major news after the match, it is official. A casino gauntlet match for All In Texas. Now, it didn't specifically say women's casino gauntlet, but listen, they advertised it right after the women's main event.
Yeah,
it's gonna be and here's another thing that to pay. That's why I say to everyone, when you're watching these shows, you got to pay attention. They put up the graphic. Who was standing right in front of the graphic? Athena. A lot of people are worried that she's not going to be on the card. Guys, she's going to be on the card.
Relax.
And that's where she's going to be, right there. She will be in that casino gauntlet match, and she should win it 100%. But yeah, great match all around. Casino gauntlet match. Give both the men's and women's casino gauntlet matches. You know what? Why not? You could knock out 2 in one show. Get everyone as much on that card as possible. Both, they always knock it out of the park. But relax, guys. Come on, Athena, the overlord of all the minions out there. She will be there, front center, Texas. Relax.
Tranquilo. Scale of 1 to 10. What you giving Collision tonight?
I give it a 9 out of 10. Like I said, man, it was fun show. You know, like Collision is always an easy watch for me because, you know, it's just majority grabs from start to finish, but you did get your storyline progressions, you know, with Statlander, you know, possibly being courted by the Death Riders, Kota Ibushi coming back. That was amazing, you know, right there, the clash with him and Okada. You know, wonder if we get a little one-on-one scrap between both of those guys before All In or after All In. We'll see. Something to keep an eye on for that. But I mean, great action from start to finish. But you know what? The moment of the night for me, I still go back to that Taylor and Swerve match. The gambling, the Hennessy bottle, just the shenanigans between Carly Bravo and Nana and Shivani and just everyone involved. It was great. You know, I love it. And it just furthers my excitement for being there live in Texas, man. I can't wait. 9 out of 10 for me.
Can't wait. Yeah, I give it about a 9.2 as well up there. Great show. Very entertaining. Well, that's it for us. But ladies and gentlemen, it's a serious shift in professional wrestling. I don't know if you're watching both shows, but if you are, you can clearly see AEW is starting to become the more efficient product. Here on the Holy Shhh podcast, we have to acknowledge just our ratings. Our AEW content is just doing amazing. It's just taken off the last 2 months, and we just want to say we appreciate everybody. I'm glad you enjoy our WWE content and our AEW content, but clearly AEW, in our book, when it comes to our ratings, it's on top. I'm just here to tell you. The proof is in the pudding, people. The proof is in the pudding. Next time you will see us, though, talking that AEW talk will be this Wednesday. AEW Dynamite post show. Any last words before we get out of here, Bald Bro?
Man, listen, we're knocking it out of the park right now. You know, myself and you, like with these post shows, whether it's Dynamite, you know, Collision, the pay-per-views. I mean, like you said, the past few months, I mean, we just keep getting better and better. We're getting a little acknowledgement, you know, from all sources out there. And
wrestlers, shout out all the wrestlers,
all the talent, and all the fans and all the viewers out there. I mean, we just keep getting better and better every week. I mean, you know, we're appreciative. We thank you for the continued support, and you know, we're just gonna keep better, rock and rolling. You know, with the summer coming up, I mean, it's just the contest is gonna get better and better.
It's gonna get crazy in a minute. Crazy. Till next time, though, it's your boy ABE from DET.
I am that Bald Bro for the NYC.
You guys been tuning in to the AEW Collision morning after post show with the Holy Shhh podcast. Peace.